What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Duel, back here with another Diablo 4 video, and today I wanted to make a quick farming guide on how you can farm basically everything in the game, and that goes for gold, opals, if you want to craft, get a bunch of gems for your gem crafting. One of the goals in the season journey is getting the Flawless Logic Ruby, which requires a lot of gem fragments. So you can use this method to actually get a lot of those. And then also, if you need to farm a bunch of crafting materials for your, your crafting in the cube, that's also good for that. The only thing you can't get from doing this is getting boss materials, but I'll go over how you can do that for the season. Let me show you this. So, anyway, what you need is an escalation sigil to start out, and excuse me, and these orange little keys, if you don't know, and if you don't have one of these, all you need is like 5 regular dungeon keys that you can craft at the occultist, and you throw them in the cube, and you can transmute them into an escalation sigil. And it doesn't matter which escalation sigil it is; you should make any one of these and start running the dungeon. So the main thing is here, you want to go all the way until you get to tier 2, and then you can see here I'm at the boss. And then the other thing that you're required for this is you have to have your war plans to a point where in your Nightmare Dungeon tree you go all the way down here to branching pathways. When advancing to the next dungeon in a nightmare escalation, 2 additional heraldic portals will appear. So let me demonstrate this real quick. So basically what it's going to do is open up 3 portals, sorry, and it's going to show you like the attributes of the next dungeon that you're about to enter. That's going to take you to tier 3. Right now we're on tier 2. So note that you need to decide what you're going to pick when you get to when you go to tier 3. So let me kill the boss. All right, so now you can see we've got the 3 portals from the branching pathways. Just pick up everything here. We've got so you can see here you highlight over here and they say teleport to the next dungeon. You basically the idea here is that you want to select the thing that you're trying to farm. So like a good example here, there's like gold. This one's got materials, and materials is farming your crafting materials. And this one, what does this one say? This is a topaz reserve, and it's also got forgotten wisdom, which is like it's got XP in it. So there's that. So basically, you pick one of these. So whichever one, I don't know. We're just gonna pick gold just for the sake of it. We're gonna go in here and pick gold. Now, I will say that sometimes the portals will be the same, like they're not always going to have different affixes, but most of the time they do. It's really just RNG. And if you don't find the one that you want, just leave the dungeon and start another escalation dungeon until you get to the end of tier 2, and then you have different choices. So it's complete RNG, so you can't just like come in here and farm the same one every time. But there's a way. Once you pick the one that you want, and now we're in tier 3, as you can see. You'll go through the entire dungeon and clear it. I'm not gonna go through the dungeon just for the sake of the video, but you would go through the entire dungeon until you get to the boss room. Now, very important point: do not kill the boss. I'm gonna say that again: do not kill the boss. You do not want to kill the boss. So go through to all the way through the dungeon until you get to the very end. Once you get to the boss room, do not enter the boss room. Just go right outside of it, and then what you want to do now is you want to port back to Temis, or port back to, yeah, basically you want to make your hometown Temis. So if you haven't done that, make sure your home base is Temis. All right, once you get back to Temis, you want to run over to Sears Reach. Sears Reach is this dungeon over here, and it's literally right by Temis. So we're going to run over there real quick. While my game just sputs out because Diablo doesn't know how to load maps. So you run into Sears Reach, and then you just exit it. So we win in there. We're exiting, and then now if you hit, you open up your map, you can see the escalation. You can see your escalation dungeon here, and it's got the affixes that we picked. You enter it, and it's going to reset the dungeon back to the very start, just in tier 3. So that's why it's very important that you do not kill the boss in tier 3. If you kill the boss while you're in tier 3, it's going to end the dungeon, and you're going to have to start a new escalation sigil. So anyway, as you can see, we're at the very beginning of the dungeon. We reset the dungeon. So you can see how you farm here. So you just go through the dungeon again, wait till you get to the boss room, don't kill the boss, exit, run to Sears Reach, go inside a Seer's Reach and then leave it again, and boom, come back to the dungeon. And you basically, the idea is that you come in here and you do this over and over and over, and it's gonna have the same affixes. So if you're trying to farm gold, or whatever it is you're trying to farm, whether it's materials for your crafting or opals, you get the idea. You come in here and you just do this over and over until basically until you get blue in the face or you're bored. So really that's it. And then I'm gonna go back to Temis here and just show you a quick guide on how you should be farming boss materials. It's actually pretty simple, and this is also not an exploit or anything like that. It's just playing the season. So really what you want to do is you want to come over here and you want to do the ruptures over in Helltide. So if you just go anywhere in Helltide right now in season 14, there's going to be ruptures all over the place. Like these guys here, closing the ruptures. Just keep doing these ruptures. You're going to get a ton of XP. And then what you're going to do is you're going to fill out you're going to fill out your board here. And once you have this board cleared out, it's going to start filling this bar up, and you're going to start getting mystery greater archetype caches. So I'm just going to collect one here. And you open one up. I had another chest there that I opened. But anyways, it's going to drop lair boss keys. And so before I pick that up, you can see here I've got, under my consumables, I have 206 super lair keys. And these are the keys that you use to farm. You can farm like the superior lair bosses, and most notably, you want to farm the Pandemonium Threshold and kill the Corrupted Reaper, because the Corrupted Reaper has a very high chance of dropping mythic uniques right now. Blizzard actually did buff this in a patch, so I'm gonna go ahead and pick these up. Consumables. And as you can see, now we have 209. So you want to take these keys and you want to go over here and fight the Corrupted Reaper over in Pandemonium Threshold. And you can also take them to like Belial or you know, all the other regular bosses if you really you know, so choose. But as far as I know, fighting the Corrupted Reaper is the best way. So really, just playing the game in general, you're gonna fill up this bar, but doing the ruptures, you're gonna get the most out of this. And you'll see it'll tell you that you filled up your cache. So you come here, and these will always drop those greater lair keys. You'll at least get one. I think like the range is like 1 to 5. So you'll at the very least get one, and you'll also get a bunch of the regular lair keys and you know greater lair keys. But you want the superior lair keys. Is how you get the best drops from the best bosses. So anyway, that's going to be it for this video. It's just a quick guide on how you can farm basically everything in Season 14. Now, there's a high chance that Blizzard will patch this next season, but as of now, this is the best way to, if you're really just trying to grind out the rest of the season, or if you need gold or materials or what have you, this is the best way to do it. But anyway, that's going to do it for this video. If you made it this far in the video, thanks so much for watching. Feel free to like and subscribe. You're not obligated to, but it does help out the channel a lot. Peace.